I'm calling this video #MeToo, otherwise known as the biggest witch hunt of our times. Human beings, much like the rest of the animal kingdom, have some basic needs, such as sleep, food, elimination, and sex. We are hardwired as a species to reproduce. Hence, men, since time immemorial, have chased women who have selected to the best of their ability a mate who would provide them with a secure nest and viable offspring. Now, much has evolved over time. And here in the 21st century, we've become a society of ingrates, easily offended and expectant of handouts without much thought being given to who is paying for all of these entitlements. Add to this mess political hipsters like our Prime Minister, who have no idea what they're doing, yet find themselves empowered to make decisions that have long-reaching influence and impact on the rest of us. And voila, a recipe for chaos and disorder. The latest of fashionable poor me movements is the #MeToo group, started in Hollywood by the morally superior elite celebs who just love to lecture the rest of us on how to live and behave while operating in a parallel universe amongst the other glittering superior people in their sparkly self-serving bubble. Suddenly everyone has a story to tell, and the worst of it is there is no end to the useful idiots out there among us who believe that this is a good idea. I mean, come on, people. Do you not see the distinction between an individual who has suffered a genuine sexual assault and a young woman, as in the most recent case of Patrick Brown, the former leader of our provincial Conservative Party, not being particularly receptive to the advances of her boss? In the first instance, physical harm was perpetrated. In the latter, not so much. But too many of these complaints have now become revenge purges initiated primarily by women who did not like the way someone spoke to them or tried to make a pass. Men and women flirt. Sometimes this turns into a more intimate encounter. This is how we have behaved for millennia, and it is part of our makeup. Women are wooed, they accept or reject the advances, and so it goes. I mean, who among us has not had an experience that they can recall where unwelcome advances had to be spurned, sometimes forcefully? But this is not sexual assault, and it is not a reason by any stretch of the imagination to publicly shame someone whose life and career are then irreparably ruined by the accusations, and often anonymously stated and sometimes proven to be untrue, especially when the offense was committed years ago and details can prove to be tough to remember accurately. And is there no one else who thinks that this recent revelation, coming just before a provincial election, is just a little too well timed to be spontaneous? But the offender is judged in the court of public opinion before any of the allegations are examined for their authenticity and accuracy, and all the while, the victim is shielded by a publication ban and touted by our news-hungry politicians as true heroines, until the truth reveals that they are not. And by then, the politicians have gone on to other virtue-signaling platforms, and the damage to the accused individual can never be undone. There is something rotten in the state of Denmark, folks. But unlike the ghost in Hamlet who spoke this line, heaven will not guide the state to health and stability. We, the people, have that responsibility and that duty if we hope to keep our society from falling into the abyss of the alternate reality that our politically correct leaders would like us to embrace.